How's it going, everybody? If you run a plumbing or HVAC contracting business here in Michigan, or maybe you're looking at potentially starting one, then this video is for you. You obviously know how important having the right insurance in place is. But one coverage that can be common for a lot of contractors to overlook is going to be your commercial umbrella liability insurance. And it can make a huge difference if you do ever have a major claim that involves your business. So today I wanted to go over some of the basics around commercial umbrella liability and why it is so important to have this coverage in place, or at least consider it if you don't already have it. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Brian. I'm an independent insurance agent based here in the state of Michigan, Metro Detroit specifically, and I work with businesses on their commercial insurance programs, as well as helping families and individuals with their personal insurance, their home, their auto insurance as well. My goal with this channel is to pass on a little bit of educational information to you so that you can make more informed decisions around your insurance, and then overall help answer any questions that you might have. So let's get into it, and before we get too far into the video, I do want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you find the video helpful, useful, anything like that, please feel free to like, share, pass along with anyone else as well. So to start, what exactly is umbrella insurance? It's an additional layer of liability coverage to sit over your primary policy limits. And this would be for your primary liability coverage. So your general liability, your commercial auto, and your workers' comp. And here's how it works. Let's say on your commercial auto policy, you have $1 million in liability coverage, but one of your business vehicles gets into an accident and maybe multiple people are injured. There's a lawsuit that follows, and that claim ends up being $1.5 million. Without an umbrella policy, that additional $500,000 would have to come out of pocket. So with an umbrella policy, coverage picks up where that primary policy limit stops. And for contractors and construction businesses, especially plumbing and HVAC contractors, this is extremely important. You're working on job sites, you're around other contractors, you're working with general contractors. There's expensive equipment around, you're working with major systems where there could potentially be a lot of property damage or bad injuries if something does go wrong. And at the same time, depending on the size of your business, you could have multiple vehicles on the road at one time. And it could be very easy for a single accident, a single lawsuit to exceed your primary policy limits. For example, if maybe a plumbing system that you installed caused a major leak in a new office building and multiple floors get damaged, or an HVAC unit that you repaired caused a fire at a business and they're shut down for multiple weeks, or again, there's a bad accident that involves your business vehicles. Claims like these can easily exceed $1 million because you never really know who will be on the other end of a claim, how bad their injuries will be, how bad the property damage could be. So this is why having umbrella coverage for these potential major claims can be so important. And now it is important to remember that umbrella coverage does not replace any sort of coverage. It just simply extends it. So if something is not covered under an underlying policy, it won't necessarily be covered on the umbrella either. Now, in terms of actual coverage limits, most contractors will typically start by looking at $1 million in coverage. But if you are a larger operation, or maybe you're working with larger general contractors or municipalities, it can be common for you to have contract requirements where you're required to have maybe $5 million in liability coverage, or potentially even up to $10 million, depending on who you're working with. And now for the cost. For the most part, commercial umbrella policies are typically fairly affordable for the amount of coverage they provide. And the pricing is going to depend on a variety of factors. How many vehicles you have, how many employees you have, your annual revenue, your payroll, the percentage of commercial work versus residential, your claims history, the actual limits that you have on your primary policies. These are all things the insurance companies will take into account. But for many small to mid-sized contractors, you can typically expect $1 million in coverage to start anywhere around $500 on the low end, up to a few $1,000s, again, depending on the size of your operation and all those factors I just mentioned. But really, at the end of the day, a commercial umbrella policy is really about peace of mind for your business. You want to be focused on delivering good quality work and not have to worry about something going wrong and then not having enough insurance coverage. And again, for the cost and the amount of coverage it provides, it can be a huge asset. So thank you for watching, and if you are looking for help with your commercial umbrella insurance or commercial insurance program as a whole, I would love the opportunity to work with you and see if our team can help. There are a lot of ways to get a hold of me, and they should all be in the description below. Please feel free to text, call, email, fill out a contact form, whatever's easiest. And if you have any other questions about insurance, please feel free to either reach out directly or leave them in the comments below. I would love to help answer those as well. So thank you again.